Hello the internet! It is Saturday the 8th of January 2022 and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're sliding into the new year with ease and with enjoyment, cruising into 2022. Wow, it's been a good year for me so far. We've done a lot of IRL streams, and that's kind of what I want to talk about on this particular stream right here today. I want to show you exactly, and this is a very sad thing, but I want to show you exactly how YouTube actively promotes a flawed copyright system in favor of the copyright claimant, not the creator. I want to show you how creators get shoved up the back of the class in favor of the claimant. Now, the claimant is usually the person who either owns the copyright to the content or is claiming to own the copyright to the content. Now, I want to be super clear before we get into the nuts and bolts of how this all happened. The claimant 100% owns the copyright to the material of which they claimed in my particular instance. So I'm not disputing the ownership of copyright here. When I get into this and we get right into it, I want to be so clear about that. I am not suggesting it's a fraudulent copyright claim, but what I am going to suggest is that the system is broken and all it does is favor the claimant. How? I'll show you in a second, but before I do, I want to say hello to the chat. I said, hello the internet. I said, smash that like button, although we're not going for likes on this one, but I do see 2 likes and I see 1 viewer. I see Jason. Are you on YouTube today? Yes, I am. I'm on a YouTube stream right now, Jason. Good morning. Good to have you. Good to see you. Good to know you. There's the chat if you want to play along. Without faffing around, let's get straight into the guts of what happened here. So I did an IRL stream. I did a bunch of them. One of them was up in Sydney. I did a walk around the city, around the harbour, started in Wendy's secret garden, went over the harbour bridge, went past the Opera House, went down to Luna Park, went across into Botanic Gardens, saw the drone show for the Celebrate Australia? Elevate Australia. In that stream, I did go into a bar to get takeaway alcohol off license. Wanted to take a few beers down, sit down by the harbour and watch the scenes, do the stream. One other thing funny happened in that particular scene. It's aside from the point, but the bar guy said something strange. Anyway, in that bar, copyrighted material was being played. Now, all throughout my stream, up until that point and after that point, I was super careful. Whenever we went anywhere where you could hear music, I'd always grab my microphone, change the melody. You're doing that, right? I do that crap just to trip the sensitive YouTube shazams, all the algorithms that are listening. Because that's how it works, right? They're using algorithms to match what's being copyrighted. Now, unfortunately, the conversation. G'day, David. How you doing, man? Hey, Gibbs. Good to see you on today. Thanks, dude. How you doing? Unfortunately for me, the conversation in the bar was such a strange thing, and that took me off guard, and I forgot to do the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And so, sure enough, when I got home after the stream, that stream had been dinged. Now, I want to show you the actual part of the stream where this happened, but of course, I can't play the audio because that will mean this stream gets dinged, and I don't want a double ding, right? I'll take 1 ding. I will not take a second ding on the same thing. But what I can do is show you what it looks like. We go over here to my YouTube studio. Let's make that larger so you guys can all play along skis. How come that's not getting bigger? Okay, that's better. So the stream in question, make it even larger. Is that going to fit? Okay, that's even better. So the stream in question is this one here, the spectacular drone show at Sydney Harbour. As you can see, it's an 8-hour live stream. Now, if we view on YouTube, I have timestamped links. Oh, by the way, what I'll do is I'll freaking put this in the chat so you yahoos can take a look at it at your own leisure. I'll put it in the chat for you right now. So if you want to play along later and have a look and listen, you can do it yourself. But there are timestamp links here, right here. So the timestamp we're looking for is they do have takeaway here. So, okay, so this is literally where it happened. Now, I'm obviously not going to play the content. I'm walking into a bar. The lighting is dark, so I didn't change my exposure. So what's happening right now is the barkeep has actually asked me to leave the premises because I didn't have my mask on. I was like, oh, crikey, I forgot, right? No worries, I'll go out and put the mask on. I genuinely forgot. And so I put the mask on, came back in, and then the situation, aside from this copyright thing, the situation was that it turns out they don't do takeaway, even though the very first thing I said when I went in there was, do you do takeaway? And he said, yes, but you got to put a mask on. That's the other thing. I said, do you do takeaway? Yeah, you got to put a mask on before you approach the bar. Oh, the mask, no worries, cool. Outside, come back in, mask on, QR code, tag in, up at the bar, and all the while this song's playing in the background. All the while that happens, I'm sitting there waiting for my turn to be served, and I say, so what's the takeaway menu? Where can I see what you've got to take away? And he's like, oh, we don't do takeaway alcohol here. I was like, dude, you literally said the only thing I asked you when I walked in, and you said, yes, you got to put a mask on. So at that point, I think right here in the stream is where I've QR coded in, the mask is on. It sucks that it was so dark, but I was thinking it was going to stop me from streaming inside the bar. Either way, I think right here is where I can probably unmute this here. I think I can unmute this. No, we're still in the bar. It doesn't really matter, but basically he explained that he doesn't do takeaway, and I walked out. Now all that took place in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes was the time frame of that interaction. Then I'm back out on the street. No need to play any more of it. I'm back out on the street, went somewhere else, other things happened. Later on that night, get home, have a look at the stream, change the thumbnail, put the titles and all that stuff in, and I get a copyright ding. And the ding says, well, I can show you actually. The ding said, actually, I probably can't. No, I can show you. I made a Twitter thread, but I'll tell you the story, then I'll show you the Twitter thread. So the ding basically said copyright owned by Nate Ratcliffe on behalf of, Stax Records from UMG, Universal Music Group, on behalf of Nate Ratcliffe. The song was Say It Louder by Nathaniel Ratcliffe and the Night Secrets. That's the song. I don't know the song. You might know it. You might love it. I might even love it. I don't even know it. It's aside from the point. They own it. I'm not disputing that. They own it. Fine. I see the copyright ding. I'm like, I tried as best as I could. No worries. I'll go in and then I'll choose the selection that says mute audio. There's even a better solution that says mute song only. Mute song audio only. So you've got two options. You can either delete the section, which I don't want to delete part of my stream, but you can mute all the audio so no one hears anything. That's why when you watch a YouTube video, sometimes it just goes dead air, right? No audio. It's like, oh, there must have been a copyright ding in there and they've removed it. Or there's an algorithm that actually matches the song and removes the song audio only, leaving the ambient audio. I don't know how well that works, but that would be my option. I've tried that before. I haven't really listened back to it, but I guess they just match up the song and then they pull out of the WAV file, they pull out the frequencies. I don't. It's pretty high tech. Problem was, when I went to do that, it wasn't an option for me. The only option was to dispute the claim. There was no option to mute audio. I'm like, what? No option to mute it? That doesn't make any sense. So the claimant, UMG, claims my stream, and the sad thing is, and this is how YouTube actively promote this kind of crap, they're not just claiming that little 2-minute section of an 8-hour IRL, they're claiming the whole stream. I streamed for 8 hours. That was an 8-hour IRL. We walked all through Sydney. 8 hours worth. Universal Music Group now take all the monetization. Spoiler alert, it's not very much for me. I'm a nobody on YouTube. I've only had 400 views on that video, on that VOD, right? I'm not saying I'm earning money off this, but what I am saying is this is a bad thing and it affects everybody. Does it affect everybody equally? No, because I'm not earning a heck of a lot of money on YouTube. But if I was, and if that stream was, you know, millions of viewers watching me stream Sydney Harbour, the Opera House, all that crap, and I was earning heaps of AdSense revenue, these guys take it all, not just the 2-minute segment. They take the whole lot. That's a problem in itself, but usually you can just mute that audio out and be done. So why is the only option for me to dispute? Have I done something wrong to YouTube where I don't have the option to mute audio? I'm thinking about it, thinking they don't like me, I know that, but have they removed the functionality of Gives a Minute to mute audio? And so therefore, every time someone dings me, the only way I can change it is to dispute it. But I've already said, and you already know, there's no dispute here. Of course it's copyrighted material. They own it. Nathaniel Ratcliffe and the Night Escapes, the Night Suites, the Night Secrets. I can't quite see it. My eyes are 46 years of age. Nathaniel Ratcliffe and the Night Sweepers, they own it. It's his song, right? He's signed up to UMG on behalf of Stax Record. I'm not disputing that. Why couldn't I hit the mute button? So I made a tweet. I made a Twitter about it. I said, bam! My entire 8-hour IRL stream demonetized with no way to mute the offending segment simply because I walked into a bar that was playing music which is already paid for. YouTube, fix this crap already. Hashtag or tagged YouTube creators, tag the distributor, tag the record label, tag the artist, put the link to the stream. Now, this is when I was extremely annoyed at it, and the point I'm making here is it's kind of a bit of a moot point if you think about it. The artist has already been paid for it. I shouldn't have brought that up, but I was fuming, right? But yes, they have already been paid to have this song playing in a bar. I kind of got a little worked up. I shouldn't have put that in there, but I was a little pissed off. So the bar already pays AMRAC or AMPRAC, and they pay for their yearly license to play music in a bar. So the artist, the record label, everybody's already been paid. They're getting paid again just because I walked in there. That's pretty lousy, but not really the point. The point is YouTube ignored me. So they ignored me. So I said, again, I retweeted my own tweet. Said, seriously, YouTube, why can I not mute this out like any other time? The only option is dispute. And there is my little screenshot of the option here. The only option I had was dispute. And then they ignored me again. So when did I first tweet this? I first tweeted it, doesn't have the date there, that sucks. January 4. And then by January 5th, I was like, come on, man. Would love an answer to this, YouTube, Team YouTube. And then they finally answered. And this is... if this system isn't bad enough, holy crap, YouTube's customer service is absolutely deplorable. Just watch this. So they answered, they said one of two. You can resolve your content ID claims by removing the claimed content or filing a dispute. So they did not read this at all. They did not read it. They just said, oh, if you think it's wrong, you can dispute. Hey, YouTube, we spend a lot of time on our videos. We spend a lot of care on our uploads, on our content. We spend a lot of money on our content. The least you could do, the very least, is to read when someone tweets at you. Don't just generalize and go, oh, it's copyright, therefore I'll send the link to the copyright stuff. We already know that crap. We already know. We're creators. Don't talk down to us, you freaking zombies. So they said that, one of two. Then they said two of two. If you opted for the second scenario and your video happens to be monetizing, the revenue will be held until the issue is settled. More info here. Let us know if you have any other questions. Of course I do have other questions, YouTube, because you didn't answer my freaking tweets. Yo, David, oh my God, I didn't know what to say. It gets worse. It gets worse. So my tweet response was, again, I'm just asking this such a simple question. Why can I not simply mute the section with the audio in it? Why has YouTube removed that option? Get this. Get their response. YouTube, if the claim is for audio, you can trim, replace, or mute the part of the video with the copyrighted claim. Here's how. Let us know if it works. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? And can you see where and why creators get flustered and frustrated. You often hear of this creator burnout thing, right? I don't have burnout, but you'll hear about it. Creators burning out, they had enough, they're fighting against all this crap, they're constantly having to deal with this. This is why. This is what works people up. Now I'm getting worked up now delivering this spiel. I'm trying to make it more animated so that it hits a point. I'm not really that worked up in actuality, but for the sake of this live stream, I'm working myself up because I want you to understand how stupid this is, right? How chronic this is. And let's not forget, this is Google, right? This is one of the biggest companies in the world. So that they have money to fix this. They have resources. They just got to dedicate their resources and their money to the appropriate places. Let's continue. So if the claim is for audio, so I've replied with, the claim is for audio. The only option I see is dispute. And that it's right here. You can see it right here. On behalf of Stacks, bloody, bloody, bloody. So I put a screenshot again with the actual claim. The only option I see is dispute. Then YouTube says, appreciate the screenshot. For videos that are over 6 hours long, you might not have, oh crikey, I just clicked it, shouldn't have clicked it. You might not have the trim, replace, or mute option. More info here. And again, here it comes. Now, if you think that your content was claimed by mistake, you can dispute it. And they put the same link they've already put before. So I want to hit this point super clearly. This one. For videos that are over 6 hours long, you might not have the trim, replace, or mute option. I've come back with, what? So, long-form content is therefore ripe for outrageous copyright claims facilitated by YouTube, and there's nothing a creator can do about it. I walk into a bar for 2 minutes, and the claimant can claim my entire 8-hour stream as theirs? Far out, unbelievable. YouTube not listening yet again, just completely missing the point, right? Like, this is like the deaf uncle that will not listen to anybody, but they're not actually deaf, pretending they're deaf. YouTube, you have the option to dispute if you think you received the content claimed by mistake. Tweet us back if you need. I said, it's not a mistake. They own the copyright, but your system is broken. Again, I walked into a bar for 2 minutes, and given the YouTube inadequacies, I cannot mute the content, and they can therefore claim the entire stream. What would you suggest I do? And I tag Susan Wojcicki. Ridiculous. Of course, she doesn't reply because she doesn't give two hoots about anybody. Of course, not me. I'm nobody, so why would she? She doesn't even know I exist. G'day, Susie. There's plenty of creators out there like me, Susie. You're letting us all down. So Team YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, reply with another one. Sorry to hear about this. You have the option to dispute if you think you received the content claim in error. We recommend reviewing the resources we have given you before for more info on this. Hope this helps. No, it does not. Did I reply to that? I don't even think I did. I think I was just like, get out of here. I don't think that's my reply. No, I did. I said, no, this does not help. Your system is broken. I cannot earn from an 8-hour live stream because of it. I earn next to nothing anyway. Here's yet another example of how you kick small creators to the ground. Pathetic. And that's where I just left it, right? And aside from making this stream, there's no point even discussing it with the YouTube team, YouTube help, right? They're not even listening. They don't care. They don't care. So how could this be resolved? Very easily. Very, very, very easily. Put the functionality for creators to mute audio on a 6-hour or longer stream. Now you might say, oh, but it could be a tech thing, dude. It's probably something to do with like the length of the video and the processing power. We're talking about Google. We're talking about Google here. They have the money, the resources, the processing power to do this. Why they've chosen not to is baffling, especially when you think about this, right? IRL streamers typically do long form streams because they go everywhere, you know, a whole day with somebody walking, in my case, walking around Sydney freaking Harbour, right? I'm going to spend the whole day. That's going to go over 6 hours. Typically, you're looking between 8 to 10 hours. Some IRL streamers stream 24/7. Some people don't ever stop, right? So if the feature YouTube have either removed or not allowed to take place because of computational power requirements, again, my solution there is get your head out of the sand. It's Google, it's YouTube. They have the resources for this, but instead they keep shunting you around with this crappy dispute. So what I did was, because they kept telling me to dispute it, and this is frightening, right? This is frightening. They kept on telling me to dispute. I know there's no dispute. I'm not disputing the fact that UMG, on behalf of Stax Records, for Nathaniel Radical and the Sweethearts, I'm not disputing that they own the copyright. But because YouTube told me over and over and over and over again to dispute it, I did dispute it. I filed a dispute. But in my dispute, there is a text field which you can add. Let me just bring up the thing that I sent them. I'll read this out to you because I took a copy of it. Where did I put it? Somewhere here. The scary thing I said before, this is frightening, because if you do file a dispute and it's fraudulent, which mine is, you can lose your channel. They can shut your channel down. That is you got to sign it, right? It's criminal. Apparently, you're offending. You're creating an offense by filing an inaccurate copyright claim, which mine is. It's inaccurate. I know they own the copyright, but nobody at YouTube listened to me, and they told me over and over and over and over again to file a dispute. So I did. Here's what I said. Just make this larger so I can read it with these 46-year-old eyes of mine. I said, make this up here. I said, say it louder, that's the track. Say it louder. And this is to the claimant, right? This is to UMG. So YouTube probably see a copy of this. This is directly to UMG. Say It Louder played over the PA in a bar that I walked into for 2 minutes of an 8-hour IRL live stream. Due to inadequacies in YouTube Creator Studio, I cannot simply mute the offending 2 minutes of audio, as they don't allow this feature on long-form content. And so my entire 8-hour stream is now monetized to you, the owner of the copyrighted song. As a goodwill gesture and to help YouTube realize how wrong this situation is, and to fix it, I urge you to remove the copyright claim on my stream. It's not fair on a creator to lose all monetization simply because a random copyrighted song plays in a bar while they're streaming without the ability for them to mute the audio after the fact. Again, not disputing the copyright. I understand that. You go into a bar, you're going to get dinged. You should have the ability to remove it. Doesn't matter how long your stream goes for. Again, if I could, I'd mute the audio, but YouTube have disabled that functionality on the content over 6 hours in length. Do the right thing, remove the copyright claim, help me shed light on this situation so YouTube can fix it. Now that was filed, I guess, 6 days ago, and as it stands right now, no response from UMG, no response from Nathaniel Radcliffe and the Space Cadets, and no response from Stax Records, and certainly the only response I'm getting from YouTube is file a dispute. What the hell? Let me relieve the chat here. Jason, one of my videos from months ago had no music and had a copyright claim. They just released it today and emailed me on a different YouTube account. I've used it several times in the last half decades, risking my channel. I don't lose my channel. Yeah, so, I mean, look, I've never filed a counterclaim. I've never had to, because whenever I've had a copyright claim, it's like, yeah, of course they own it. Okay, I don't want it in my stream. I didn't choose to have Nathaniel Radcliffe and the Space Cadets playing when I walked into that bar. Someone probably programmed it. Some DJ probably played it. That's on them. Do I want it in my stream? Hell no. Mute. Done. That's how simple this would be. Instead, we have this back and forward ridiculousness that I got to go through, jump through hoops, and all the while, Nathaniel Radcliffe and his space yahoos get to claim my content. It's not fair to the small creators. It's not fair to any creators, period. But it's also most notable. Well, the 400 views I've got on that video, I guess it doesn't make it notable, but you know I'm going to kick up a fuss because I'm the one that's going to say something. Whereas most other creators, or not most, but some that we know, would just sit there and write it and say, oh, well, I only had 400 views anyway. Let it ride. Who cares? No, the simple fact is it should be fixable for everybody. There's no excuses for this, YouTube. Susan, I'm not begging you. I kind of am, I guess, because you're not going to hear this anyway. Just fix it. Fix this crap. It's rubbish. Aside from that, though, what a lovely stream it was. Did you enjoy that stream? I enjoyed walking around Sydney Harbour and having a great time showing you the scenes. Wendy's Secret Garden, the Sydney Harbour Bridge. We walked over the bridge, the Opera House, the drone show, had a couple of beers and some Jack. Fantastic. Had a troll. Oh, by the way, we're going to have so Paul, the troll, we're going to have him on. We're going to have a chat with him. Probably in about another 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have Paul on. Paul, if you're watching, we'll certainly hook all that together. But this is aside from the point of this stream, but we did have a pretty hectic trolling incident here. Came to my property, trespassed, live streamed my address, and this kid did get apprehended. Supposed to have got a fine from the cops, but didn't. And then he accosted me in person on that IRL stream and made an apology and definitely sat up and took ownership of what he'd done. And I believe him. And so we're going to have him on for an interview just discussing how he got to that point of being a troll like that, and then how past there he feels, because he's going to create content and do his own thing. So I dropped my tone a little there because it's pretty serious, right? What he did is pretty lousy, but he has made amends for it. And I believe that he wants to showcase you can fix things. And I mean, that's a good example right now. YouTube could fix this crap, right? At the click of a button. Richard, I watched the stream recorded. You watched the replay. Yeah, Richard, what did you think of that? Because, by the way, if you're here just for the YouTube actively endorsing flawed copyright claims, I believe we've wrapped that segment of this stream is over. I'll tell you what, though, if anyone has any commentary and you're not watching this stream live and you want to help out, please put a comment put a comment in this video on this stream, and then share this out. Share this stream out. There needs to be conversation about this, right? There needs to be someone that has more pull than me with 9 viewers. Are there streamers or are there YouTube creators out there that have more than 9 viewers watching their stream? If there are, can you please either hook me up or do an interview? We'll have this discussion again.
Money's too tight for steak.
Steak?
Need to sue everyone with INE background of their private vids and pics. Copyright that shizzle, haha, fair as fair.
Shyla Rose for the super chat, the $8 super chat. Thank you, Shyla. It's good to have you here. What did you say? You said need to sue everyone with your IRLs in the background of their private videos and pics. Copyright that shiz. So basically, you're saying you've got to sue everybody, right? It's as soon as you walk outside with the camera, you're all getting sued. I mean, that's what it sounds like, hey. I enjoy the content. Thank you, Richard. And good morning, by the way. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for swinging in. It's good to have you here. I guess I was sort of pitching this to bigger creators. Like I was thinking, if anybody wants to have this exact discussion again on a bigger channel, I'm down for it, right? I know this goes nowhere, and I'll do all the right things and try to promote this VOD so that someone does see it. But ultimately, my videos get super suppressed anyway. But if anybody knows a bigger creator like the Philly D's or the Drama Alerts, all those crew that will want to sort of take this as an example, I'm happy to have the exact same conversation I just had, showing the screenshots and everything again on a bigger channel. If anybody knows people they want to, I'm just saying if anybody wants to hook me up with that, I'm down for it. Did you get more strikes on here or a warning? Nothing, David. No, it's not a warning. This is so a copyright claim, and this is a bit of a misconception. A lot of people think that a copy claim affects your channel. It doesn't affect your channel at all, aside from the monetization removed and the monetization goes to the claimant. Now, I'll tell you this, which is real sad, right? This is real sad. Unless you file a dispute, right? So I don't want to dispute with UMG because I know they own the copyright. but YouTube do not provide any alternative except for me to put a dispute in. Now, up until that point, all monetization. So let's just say point A, let's say this is the origin of the stream. Point A starts here. The stream starts here. We go live streaming for 8 hours. Stream ends. I go home and sleep and wake up and start doing my meta, changing the title, all that stuff. In the time that the stream ends until from there on, as soon as the claimant claims, so typically it's within the first 30 seconds because, in fact, it probably happened while I was live because it's all automated. But as soon as they make the claim, all monetization for the whole stream, not just the little section, the whole thing goes to the claimant. Now, that's the case until I file a dispute. If I dispute it, then the money goes into escrow and it sits in a holding pattern until the results of the dispute are concluded. And at that point, they say, oh, well, the claimant was correct. All the money goes back to them. Or no, the creator was correct, which we know in this case, the creator is not correct. I'm not correct. They own the copyright. That's not what I'm disputing, but that's the only angle I've been given to file a dispute because there's no way for me to trim this section out. So you're left with nothing, right? You're screwed if you do, and you're screwed if you don't. And the stupid or the stupidly sad thing is, most creators don't. Most creators will just go, oh, okay, no worries. Bend over, I'll take it. No, stand up, fix it. And don't, I want to swear here, how long have we been live? We've been live for long enough. Don't fuck over small creators. Fix this. Richard, there is a trick with the copyright claims. There is? What trick? Charlotte, if they can ding you for having their stuff in your videos on accident, ding them for being there on accident. It's true. You need to put your own music into the stream and also claim the video. Ah, Richard. Huh. I see what you're saying. Oh, wow, dude. Huh. I feel you there because I do have copyrighted music. All of my is I've distributed that through root node and that has automatic. If you use that material on a YouTube video, it'll get dinged because I already have a distribution with root node, so they claim all that on my behalf. So what you're saying is I should put one of my songs in, but then root node will claim it. I guess what you're really saying is, can there be more than one copyright claim for music on a stream? And if one of them is me, whoever gets in first gets all the claim? That can't be right. I mean, hey, by the way, the system is so flawed. It could be right, but it doesn't sound like that would work. Good idea though, I think. But then again, I don't want to waste my time with that crap. I'd rather waste my time with tech and getting my streams as perfect as I possibly can, which I think that Sydney one was pretty damn good. Tech-wise, I've got to get those transmitters right. I'm selling my A10 Mini because I don't use it. And once I've sold this, I will then buy those HDMI transmitters and will be untethered from the backpack. So if anybody wants an A10 Mini, I paid $540 for this. I'm selling it for $350. It's been used about 4 times. Beautiful. A10 Mini, great audio, great visual switcher, 4 HDMI ins, perfect switching, all the cool stuff. I just don't use it. Do you know why I don't use it? Because I've got a Stream Deck. Stream Deck does everything. Kind of, not everything, but a Stream Deck plus a Magwell 4K. Jason, I can only imagine the Radcliffe guys squeezing together nickels and dimes from your YouTube claims just to survive. I don't know. I don't know the song. I don't know the guy. But I tagged him and he didn't respond, so he's obviously a musician. Mashallah, the things are out of your control should be overlooked, but that would be too much like common sense. IRL is just that. You cannot censor real-time happenings. This is true. This is a very good point. The very nature of an IRL stream is that you can't control it, right? Like, I guess that's what makes IRL so compelling, because anything could happen. In that line of thought, you could, if there was a common place where people IRL streamed, I guess like major cities, like landmarks, you could there be a job for somebody from a record label to walk around with a ghetto blaster, and whenever they see someone IRL streaming, they just walk past playing a song, something so simple like ding 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 ding. Don't even do the melody, dude. I almost did that melody. Don't even do a melody. But you see what I'm saying? They could walk around the streets, just walk past people with cameras on, and if they're live streaming, claimed. But I don't think IRL's big enough for that yet. But do we get there? I mean, TikTok and that stuff, Insta stories, and that wouldn't have been popular back in the day, and now everyone's up there doing it. Imagine everyone's doing IRL content and there's a job for someone to walk around and just play some copyrighted, and then they're like, how many did you get today? Yeah, we went past like 20 different dudes. They were all IRL streaming. They get back, all those streams get dinged. You share them and then they get a whack of money from root note. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it almost sounds like this song, claim. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I don't, me personally, I don't want to do that. I couldn't be faffed doing all that. Even though it does seem like it's an interesting concept, I'm just not interested in doing it. I'm more interested in, keep it down out there. I'm more interested in showing you the scenes and having a good time. But that's why when we're walking around, you will see me wee, change the melody whenever you walk past somebody or somebody singing. If they're singing a song, you change the melody out of time, out of tune, and then the algorithm can't work it out. That's what you got to do, right? And I was doing it all on that stream. That's why it killed me. When I got dinged, when I saw it when I got home, I was like, no. And I was like, when did it happen? I bet I know when it happened. It happened in the bar, didn't it? It happened in the bar. I know it happened in the bar. And I went to the thing and it shows you the timestamp. And I'm like, damn it. It was in the bar. That's the only time when I was off guard, because the dude literally said that I walked in there. I thought he's going to say you can't live stream in here. I walked in there, I had the camera down. Hey man, do you do takeaway? Yeah, we do, but you got to wear a mask before you approach the bar. Oh, the mask. Shit, I forgot the mask, folks. No worries, man. I walk outside, mask up, QR code in. I even say to him, are you okay with the live stream? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm like, oh, he's okay with me live streaming, but he needed the mask on. No worries. Oh, that's me waiting while he serves someone else. He was serving someone else. Yeah, my turn now. So then he looks at me and I say, oh, what's the takeaway menu for the drinks? And he's like, oh, we don't do takeaway drinks here, buddy. What? The only thing I asked you was, do you do takeaway? And you said yes, but you got to wear a mask before you approach the bar. He's like, oh, I didn't. I just meant in general wearing a mask. And I'm like, I was thinking in my head, so you didn't listen to what I'd said. So I could have said anything at that point, and you just wanted to tell me about the mask. You didn't listen to me. You failed customer service at that point because you didn't listen to what the customer said. I could have said, there's a kid out the front who's just been run over by a bicycle. Yeah, but you got to wear a mask. Your mum's out the front. She's fallen off a wheelchair and she's been hit by a takeaway truck. Oh, you got to wear a mask. Do I have to wear a mask? Oh, you got to wear a mask. Mask. You got to wear a mask. You didn't even listen to me. So when I got home, I was like, that's it, isn't it? That's the spot. I feel it. I know it. Click the button. Yep, there it is. He got me off guard because of that conversation. And I forgot about change the melody. And I got dinged. Sucks. Maybe take away food. No, I said take away alcohol. I think I said take away beers. But either way, it does suck that you've got to be so on your guard for that, because you quite literally, I mean, I do, you walk past cafes, you walk past venues, I walk past buskers, and they're often playing, most of them play commercial songs. No one wants to hear a busker play originals. But you walk past and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, talk loud, talk soft, put the microphone away. I wish I had a button on my chest I could just tap and that would mute audio. Big fat audio mute button. Anyway, hey, you fellow yahoos, thanks for being here with me. I wanted to get this off my chest, and I have done. I feel much better. And I'm going to go surfing now, and hopefully, well, there's a lot of swell right now. It's a little rough, a little messy, but I think the wind has died off. So I'm going to get out there and smack a few waves around. Jason, thanks for being here. Richard, thanks for being here. Shadow Rose, thanks for being here. Back up in the chat. It's just you guys. Okay. Thank you very much for being here. How many likes did we get, folks? I see 3 likes. I see 9 watching. What? 9 watching and 3 likey poos? Can I get a few more likes up in the house? Did this not deserve more likes? Did I not? Isn't this been a good stream? Didn't I deliver interesting commentary and suggestions and a little bit of humor as well? Did I do that bad that I only deserve 3 likes? That sucks. That sucks. We'll listen on YouTube and D-Live today, so I can't chat over there, but thank you, Charlotte. I may or may not do a stream on D-Live tonight. I'm fast getting over it, to be honest. I don't know if I probably will, but I don't know at this stage. Yeah, just you know, I'm just putting my foot down about that as well, and just not enjoying myself as much as I have done on D-Live. Yeah, but have a great positive day. Thank you, David. Thank you. I see 5 likes now. I'll take 5. 5 is good. 5 is better than 3. I figured if there's 9 watching and 5 likes, that's good. Right? That's good. That's better than 3 likes. I felt like I did okay on this stream. I felt like I gave you the content. I gave you the entertainment. I gave you the scenario. I gave you something to think about. Did I not? I gave you something to think about. I'm going to think about hitting that ocean. And I'll see you yahoos on the next freaking stream skis. Cheers, izzes. Get him out of there. Get out of there. Go on. Out you go. Go you two. You go. Out there.